Have you been told your entire life that eggs are the gold standard for protein? For decades, seniors have been led to believe that a simple egg, boiled or fried, represents the very peak of muscle-building nutrition, an unshakable cornerstone of a diet designed for strength and vitality in one's later years. But what if that entire narrative was not just an oversimplification, but a carefully crafted myth propagated by decades of unchallenged conventional wisdom? What if I told you there's a common food hiding in plain sight in your local grocery store that contains over 5 times more pure, bioavailable protein per serving than a large egg? And even that astonishing fact pales in comparison to the most powerful food on our list, a substance so potent it is rewriting our understanding of nutritional science. The truth is, a silent thief is at work within the bodies of nearly every single person over the age of 60, an insidious process that operates without fanfare or obvious symptoms until it is often too late. It is called sarcopenia, the gradual age-related loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. It is the clandestine reason why a simple flight of stairs can suddenly feel like a monumental mountain to be conquered, why a leisurely walk around the block becomes an exhausting ordeal, and why the terrifying risk of a debilitating, life-altering fall looms larger and more menacingly with each passing year. While this relentless erosion of physical independence is taking place, it is estimated that a staggering 99% of seniors are completely unaware that the most powerful key to fighting back, to reclaiming their strength and rebuilding their bodies, is not found in a prescription pill, an expensive and often ineffective supplement, or a complex exercise machine. Instead, it lies dormant in common, affordable foods they have likely walked past 1,000 times but have never even considered for their muscle-building potential. The number one food we will reveal to you today is so uniquely potent, so profoundly transformative in its effects on human physiology that top-tier scientists and clinical researchers are now actively studying it as a potential therapeutic tool to reverse the most severe cases of muscle wastage in post-stroke patients and those recovering from long-term illness. Prepare yourself to discover the 10 real, accessible foods that unequivocally put the humble egg to shame, because the single most powerful muscle builder on the planet is waiting for you, not in a pharmacy, but in what might be the weirdest and most overlooked aisle of your grocery store. Greek yogurt, the creamy contender. You have almost certainly seen the endless rows of plastic tubs lining the dairy aisle, with Greek yogurt often promoted as a mere healthy breakfast option or a light snack. Its true, formidable power, however, especially for the unique physiological needs of those over the age of 60, is frequently and tragically underestimated. We are not, to be clear, referring to the sugar-laden, fruit-on-the-bottom varieties that are more akin to desserts than health foods. Our focus is squarely on the pure, unadulterated, strained, non-fat version of this ancient food. This thick, creamy powerhouse delivers a solid 10.3 grams of exceptionally high-quality protein per 100 grams serving, a concentration that easily and decisively surpasses the protein content of a large boiled egg. The secret to its superiority lies in its unique and meticulous triple straining process, a method that has been perfected over centuries. This laborious procedure meticulously removes the majority of the watery whey, excess liquid, and lactose, resulting in a final product that is incredibly dense in texture, luxuriously velvety on the palate, and most importantly, phenomenally concentrated with high-quality casein and whey proteins. This straining process not only dramatically boosts the protein content, but also confers a secondary crucial benefit. It renders the yogurt far easier to digest for aging digestive systems, which often develop a reduced capacity to produce lactase, the enzyme needed to break down lactose. For a senior struggling with digestive sensitivities, this makes Greek yogurt an ideal protein source that nourishes without causing discomfort. A landmark 2020 clinical review published in the prestigious scientific journal Nutrients compiled data from over a dozen controlled trials and found a remarkable consistency in the results. Older adults who consistently incorporated at least 20 grams of high-quality dairy-based protein into their daily diet, particularly when this intake was paired with simple, low-impact activities like daily walking, saw a staggering 25% improvement in muscle mass preservation and a measurable increase in functional strength over a period of just 12 weeks. To harness the full, unadulterated potential of this food, Begin with plain, non-fat Greek yogurt and customize it yourself. Enhance it with a spoonful of freshly ground flax seeds to add crucial omega-3 fatty acids and fiber, or top it with a handful of fresh berries for a potent dose of antioxidants that help combat the inflammation that accelerates muscle loss. It also serves as a phenomenal high-protein base for smoothies, providing a creamy texture and a significant protein boost, or as a healthy, tangy substitute for sour cream and mayonnaise in dips, sauces, and salad dressings, turning every meal into an opportunity for muscle fortification. Chickpeas, the humble pantry hero. For countless years, chickpeas, also known to many as garbanzo beans, have been unfairly relegated to a secondary, almost forgotten role in the culinary world. They are often seen as a simple, uninspired salad filler, a minor ingredient to bulk up soups, or the base of a common party dip. They sit quietly in cans and bags in pantries across the country, their true formidable nutritional potential gathering dust and going completely unrecognized. When cooked from their dried state, these humble legumes contain a surprising and significant 11.2 grams of robust protein per 100 grams, a figure that quietly but confidently outperforms the protein content of eggs in the crucial game of muscle preservation for aging adults. But unlike eggs, which are primarily a source of protein and fat, chickpeas bring a powerful secondary benefit to the table that seniors desperately need in their fight against physical decline: a massive dose of dietary fiber. A single cup of chickpeas can provide nearly half of the recommended daily intake of fiber, which is profoundly important. A diet rich in soluble and insoluble fiber actively promotes better digestive regularity, helps to maintain steady blood sugar levels by slowing the absorption of glucose, and perhaps most critically, works to lower systemic, low-grade inflammation throughout the body. This is a critical point, as chronic inflammation is a key driver of sarcopenia, actively hindering the body's ability to synthesize new muscle tissue and accelerating the breakdown of existing muscle. Groundbreaking research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed a stunning insight into this relationship. A multi-year observational study tracking thousands of older adults found that those who conscientiously substituted a portion of their animal protein intake with plant-based protein options like legumes experienced up to a 26% reduction in the rate of age-related muscle loss over the study period. The researchers attributed this protective effect directly to the lower levels of inflammatory markers and the cultivation of a healthier, more diverse gut microbiome, which chickpeas directly and powerfully support. To make these pantry heroes even more beneficial and to maximize their digestibility, it is highly recommended to soak dried chickpeas overnight in water before cooking. This simple step helps to break down complex sugars and phytic acid, making their nutrients more bioavailable and reducing the potential for digestive gas. Once cooked, mash them into a delicious creamy hummus with heart-healthy extra virgin olive oil, fresh garlic, and lemon juice. Roast them with a medley of spices like cumin, paprika, and cayenne for a crunchy, savory, and satisfying snack that replaces unhealthy chips. Or stir them into hearty stews, curries, and soups to add a creamy texture and a substantial muscle-building protein punch. Quinoa, the complete protein grain. Most people, when they think of quinoa, dismiss it as just another fleetingly trendy health grain, a fashionable but ultimately unsubstantial carbohydrate that is little more than a slightly healthier alternative to rice or couscous. This is a profound mischaracterization. For anyone over the age of 60 who is serious about combating muscle loss and preserving their physical autonomy, quinoa might be one of the smartest, most strategic, and most powerful additions they can make to their daily diet. Once cooked, this ancient pseudo-cereal delivers an impressive 14 grams of high quality and, most importantly, complete protein per 100 gram serving. This distinction of being a complete protein is absolutely critical and is what elevates quinoa into a class of its own among plant-based foods. Quinoa is one of the very few plant foods on Earth that contains all 9 of the essential amino acids, which are the fundamental protein building blocks that your body cannot produce on its own and must obtain from your diet. This means that the abundant protein found in quinoa is not just a number on a nutritional label, it is a fully usable, highly bioavailable resource that is ready to be absorbed by your muscles and converted directly into strength, stability, and functional power. What makes it even more vital for the specific needs of seniors is its exceptionally high concentration of the amino acid lysine. Lysine is a crucial component in the process of muscle repair and regeneration, but it also plays a central role in the body's absorption of calcium, which is vital for maintaining bone density, and in the formation of collagen, the protein that provides structure and elasticity to skin, joints, and connective tissues. Consuming a food rich in lysine is therefore a multifaceted strategy for combating the signs of aging. A compelling 2022 study published in the journal Nutrients put this to the test in a controlled setting. Researchers divided a group of older adults into two cohorts. One group consumed a daily serving of quinoa, while the other consumed an equivalent caloric amount of white rice. After just 8 weeks, the group consuming quinoa demonstrated a remarkable 9% increase in measured leg strength and a significant improvement in their ability to perform daily tasks like rising from a chair, compared to the rice-eating group, which showed no improvement. For maximum benefit and to enhance its flavor, it is essential to rinse quinoa thoroughly in a fine mesh sieve or soak it overnight. This removes the naturally occurring saponins on its outer coating, which can impart a slightly bitter or soapy taste. For a significant flavor and nutrient upgrade, cook it in a low-sodium bone broth or a rich vegetable stock to infuse it with extra minerals and collagen precursors. And consider adding a pinch of turmeric along with a dash of black pepper for a powerful, synergistic anti-inflammatory boost that further protects your muscles from age-related damage. Pumpkin seeds, the mineral-rich powerhouse. They may be small, unassuming, and often discarded after carving a Halloween pumpkin, but these little green seeds, also known by their culinary name, pepitas, are in fact nutritional giants hiding in plain sight. Packing an absolutely astonishing 19 grams of high-quality plant-based protein per 100 grams, they deliver nearly double the protein of an equivalent weight of eggs, making them a formidable food for muscle maintenance. However, their true, almost magical power for aging bodies lies not just in their protein content, but in the incredibly rich and diverse array of essential minerals that accompany it. Pumpkin seeds stand out as one of the most abundant and accessible plant-based sources of magnesium, iron, and zinc, three critical minerals in which older adults are frequently and chronically deficient. This deficiency matters immensely because these minerals are not passive bystanders. They are essential cofactors required for the very processes of muscle health and function. Magnesium, for instance, is directly involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including the intricate biochemical dance of muscle contraction and relaxation. Adequate magnesium intake is crucial for preventing painful muscle cramps, reducing soreness, and aiding in post-activity recovery. Iron is the core component of hemoglobin, the molecule responsible for carrying life-giving oxygen from your lungs to every tissue in your body, including your muscle tissues, literally fueling them for the energy required for daily activities. A lack of iron leads to fatigue, weakness, and a diminished capacity for even mild exertion. Zinc plays a pivotal and often overlooked role in regulating muscle regeneration, protein synthesis, and the repair of micro tears that occur during physical activity. Without adequate levels of these three key minerals, even a diet that is theoretically high in protein can fail to produce tangible results, as the body simply lacks the necessary tools to build and preserve lean muscle mass. Furthermore, a fascinating study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food demonstrated the potent anti-inflammatory effects of these seeds. The study found that daily consumption of just a handful of pumpkin seeds significantly reduced key muscle inflammation markers in a group of aging adults by an incredible 38% over a period of just 12 weeks. This means that by eating pumpkin seeds, you are not just providing the building blocks for muscle, you are actively combating the silent chronic inflammation that slowly and relentlessly erodes your strength and vitality over time. The best and most effective way to enjoy them is in their raw, unsalted form to avoid excess sodium and preserve their delicate oils. Sprinkle a generous handful over your morning Greek yogurt or oatmeal. Blend them into smoothies for a creamy texture and a mineral boost, or grind them in a food processor to create a nutrient-dense homemade seed butter to spread on whole grain toast. Tempeh, the fermented muscle protector. Tempeh remains one of the most profoundly misunderstood and criminally underrated sources of protein in the Western world, a situation that is particularly unfortunate given its immense benefits for seniors. With a robust and impressive 20 grams of complete protein per 100 grams, it firmly and easily surpasses eggs, but its real game-changing advantage lies not just in the quantity of its protein, but in the unique and highly efficient way that protein is delivered to and utilized by your body. Unlike tofu, which is made from processed soy milk that has been coagulated, tempeh is crafted from whole, cooked soybeans that are inoculated with a beneficial mold, Rhizopus oligosporus, and allowed to ferment until they are bound together into a firm, dense, cake-like block. This ancient Indonesian fermentation process is a radical game changer for the digestive systems of older adults. The fermentation acts as a form of pre-digestion, breaking down the complex proteins and anti-nutrients such as phytic acid found in whole soybeans. This not only makes the protein incredibly easy to absorb and assimilate, but also unlocks a whole spectrum of beneficial probiotics and bioactive compounds that directly protect aging muscle tissue. Tempeh contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein with a particularly high concentration of leucine. Leucine is widely recognized by scientists as the single most important amino acid for stimulating muscle protein synthesis, MPS. The fundamental process of building new muscle. As we age, our muscles become more resistant to this stimulation, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance, meaning we require a stronger signal to kickstart muscle growth. A leucine-rich food source like tempeh provides that powerful signal. Furthermore, the live probiotics generated during fermentation work to support a healthy and diverse gut microbiome, which is now understood to be the absolute foundation of nutrient absorption and overall health. An unhealthy gut cannot efficiently extract the nutrients from food, no matter how healthy that food is. A landmark clinical trial from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition provided strong evidence for this gut-muscle connection, finding that seniors with healthier, more diverse gut microbiomes retained a remarkable 18% more lean muscle mass over a 1-year period compared to those with less healthy gut flora. Tempeh, therefore, offers a powerful 1-2 punch. It gives you both the essential protein building blocks and the biological tools in the form of probiotics to ensure you can actually use them effectively. To prepare it, slice it thin and pan-sear it in a little avocado oil with a splash of low-sodium tamari or apple cider vinegar to create a savory, nutty, and satisfyingly meaty texture that is perfect for stir-fries, hearty sandwiches, or crumbled into salads as a superior alternative to bacon bits. Spirulina, the algae superfuel. It might look like something skimmed from the surface of a primordial pond, and its deep green-blue hue can be intimidating to the uninitiated, but this humble microalgae is, without exaggeration, one of the most potent and concentrated muscle-preserving superfoods on the entire planet. In its dried powder form, spirulina contains a truly staggering 29 grams of protein per 100 grams, a concentration that is nearly 3 times the amount found in an equivalent weight of eggs. But the true miracle of spirulina, and what makes it so uniquely suited for the needs of seniors, is not just its sheer quantity of protein. It is the exceptional quality and unprecedented bioavailability of that protein. The protein in spirulina is estimated to be nearly 85% bioavailable, a figure that far surpasses most animal proteins, including beef and chicken. This means your body can absorb and utilize it with remarkable efficiency, putting it to work repairing and building muscle with minimal digestive effort and waste. It contains all 9 essential amino acids, including an especially high dose of the critical muscle triggering amino acid, leucine, sending a direct and powerful signal to your aging muscle fibers to grow, repair, and strengthen themselves. Beyond its incredible protein profile, spirulina is an unparalleled powerhouse of anti-inflammatory compounds that directly address one of the primary drivers of sarcopenia. Many seniors battling muscle loss are also simultaneously dealing with chronic, low-grade systemic inflammation that acts like a constant brake on muscle regeneration. Spirulina contains a rare and powerful antioxidant compound called phycocyanin, which is responsible for its unique blue-green color. A groundbreaking 2022 study published in Nutrients demonstrated that phycocyanin was able to slash C-reactive protein, CRP levels, a key clinical marker of systemic inflammation, by an average of 32% in study participants. At the very same time, spirulina has been shown to boost the body's natural production of nitric oxide, a crucial molecule that helps to relax and dilate blood vessels. This improved blood flow or vasodilation speeds up the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to tired, depleted muscle tissues, accelerating recovery and enhancing performance in daily activities. You do not need to stomach spoonfuls of the potent powder on its own to reap its rewards. A single teaspoon, which is a surprisingly powerful dose, can be easily and seamlessly blended into a smoothie with a banana and spinach to mask its flavor, or simply stirred into a warm bowl of oatmeal or a cup of savory soup, providing an invisible but incredible boost to your body's muscle-building machinery. Hemp seeds, the perfect plant protein. You have likely seen them sprinkled decoratively on top of vibrant smoothie bowls in cafes, or tucked away on the shelves of health food stores, often overlooked as a mere garnish. However, the vast majority of people remain completely unaware that these small, nutty seeds, often called hemp hearts when shelled, are one of the most nutritionally complete and perfectly balanced plant proteins available to humankind. With an average of 34 grams of highly digestible protein per 100 grams, they stand as a true titan in the world of nutrition, effortlessly eclipsing nearly every other common protein source. What makes hemp seeds so genuinely exceptional and uniquely beneficial for human health is their perfect amino acid profile. Unlike many other plant protein sources that are lacking in one or more essential amino acids, hemp contains all 9 of them in ratios that are almost perfectly suited for human absorption and utilization. This makes its protein quality directly comparable to that of high-quality animal products like meat, milk, and eggs, but without the associated saturated fat, cholesterol, or potential inflammatory compounds. For seniors who are locked in a daily battle against the tide of sarcopenia, this complete and balanced amino acid profile is an invaluable asset, ensuring that their bodies have every single building block required to synthesize new muscle tissue. A comprehensive 2021 review published in the journal Frontiers in Nutrition analyzed multiple studies and confirmed that older adults who made a conscious effort to consume complete plant proteins like hemp experienced significantly better muscle mass retention and reported faster recovery times from physical exertion compared to those relying on incomplete protein sources. But the multifaceted benefits of hemp seeds extend far beyond just muscle synthesis. They are also packed with an ideal balance of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, a ratio that is critical for managing inflammation in the body. Specifically, they are a rich source of an omega-6 fatty acid called gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, which has been shown in numerous studies to help reduce joint pain and inflammation, support cognitive function and brain health, and promote cardiovascular health by improving cholesterol profiles. To unlock their full power and ensure you are getting their complete nutritional payload, it is best to consume them raw. There is no need for cooking or complex preparation. Simply add a few generous spoonfuls to your morning oatmeal or Greek yogurt, blend them into smoothies for a creamy texture and a massive protein infusion, or sprinkle them liberally over roasted vegetables, salads, or soups for a pleasant nutty crunch and a profound nutritional upgrade. Seitan, the shocking meat alternative. This is not a typographical error or a reference to some obscure laboratory engineered supplement. It is a real plant-based food that quietly and unassumingly contains more concentrated protein per bite than almost any cut of meat you have ever eaten, yet the vast majority of seniors have never even heard of it, let alone considered adding it to their diet. Seitan, a food with a history stretching back to ancient China and sometimes referred to by its descriptive name, wheat meat, is made from vital wheat gluten, which is the primary protein found in wheat. It boasts a truly massive 39 grams of protein per 100 grams. This staggering number puts it on par with, and in many cases above, the most protein-dense animal foods like steak and chicken breast, but with the crucial advantage of containing virtually no saturated fat or cholesterol. This is particularly important for older adults who are often managing cardiovascular health concerns alongside their goal of maintaining muscle mass. What makes seitan a particularly powerful and strategic choice for seniors is its incredible digestibility. The traditional process of making seitan involves washing wheat flour dough with water to remove all the starch granules, leaving behind a nearly pure, concentrated matrix of gluten protein that is surprisingly gentle on the digestive system. For those who do not have celiac disease or a specific gluten sensitivity, it represents an extremely efficient way to consume high levels of protein. A revealing 2022 study published in the journal Clinical Nutrition investigated the effects of different protein sources on muscle retention in the elderly. The researchers found that the group of seniors who consumed a portion of their daily protein from concentrated plant-based sources like seitan retained an average of 21% more lean muscle mass over the 6-month study period than the control group consuming a standard mixed diet with a heavy reliance on animal protein. Its remarkably firm, chewy, and fibrous texture brilliantly mimics the satisfying bite and mouthfeel of cooked meat, making it an incredibly satisfying and easy-to-adopt alternative for those looking to reduce their red meat intake for health or ethical reasons. You can purchase pre-made seitan in blocks or strips and slice it for use in savory stir-fries, saute it with garlic, onions, and herbs for a quick and protein-packed meal, or marinate it in your favorite sauces and grill it to create delicious steak-like strips for salads, wraps, and fajitas. It is, without question, one of the most effective, versatile, and tragically overlooked muscle-protecting foods you can find in a grocery store today. Parmesan cheese, the aged Italian powerhouse. Prepare to be genuinely surprised, because one of the most highly concentrated, delicious, and effective protein sources on the entire planet is very likely already sitting in your refrigerator, waiting to be rediscovered. We are not talking about a processed deli meat, a chalky protein supplement, or an exotic health food. We are talking about authentic, traditionally made, hard Parmesan cheese, real Parmigiano Reggiano, the kind that is imported from its protected designation of origin in Italy, contains a jaw-dropping, almost unbelievable 42 grams of protein per 100 grams. To put that into perspective, that is significantly more protein than a T-bone steak, more protein than a chicken breast, and more than double the amount found in an equivalent serving of cottage cheese, which is often hailed as a protein staple. But what elevates Parmesan from a simple high-protein food to a true superfood for seniors is the remarkable efficiency with which your body can access and utilize this protein. The secret lies in its long, slow aging process, a legally mandated period which lasts anywhere from a minimum of 12 months up to 36 months or even longer. During this extended period of maturation, natural enzymes within the cheese go to work, breaking down the complex milk sugar, lactose, into virtual non-existence, making it tolerable even for many who are lactose sensitive. Even more importantly, these enzymes pre-digest the complex casein proteins, breaking them down into smaller, more manageable peptides and free-form amino acids. This means that by the time you eat it, your body has to do very little digestive work to unlock its immense muscle-building power, a crucial advantage for aging digestive systems where the natural production of digestive enzymes often declines. A fascinating 2019 study published in Nutrients directly compared the amino acid absorption rates from different protein sources in older adults. The study found that the participants were able to digest and utilize the essential amino acids from aged cheeses like like Parmesan nearly 30% more efficiently and rapidly than from an equivalent amount of protein from standard cooked meat. Furthermore, Parmesan is absolutely loaded with leucine, the key essential amino acid that acts as the primary trigger for muscle protein synthesis and is the most critical amino acid in the fight to prevent and reverse sarcopenia. To unlock its full, savory, and transformative potential, forget the pre-shredded, additive-filled versions in plastic shakers. Purchase a wedge of authentic Parmigiano Reggiano and freshly shave it over warm roasted vegetables. Stir it into omelets or scrambled eggs for a massive protein and flavor boost, or generously sprinkle it over whole grain pasta or hearty soups. Dried fish powder, the undisputed protein champion. You will not find this remarkable substance featured in a trendy celebrity cookbook, nor will you see it prominently displayed in the main aisles of your local supermarket. It resides in a category all its own, often found in specialty food stores or online. Yet, the food that sits at the very top of our list, the undisputed champion of protein density, delivers more pure, usable muscle-building protein than anything else we have covered. It is dried fish powder, specifically the kind made from lean, non-oily, dehydrated whitefish such as cod, pollock, or haddock. The process is brilliantly simple and effective. When virtually all the water content is removed from the fish fillet, what remains is an incredibly concentrated, nearly pure protein, a powerful essence of the sea. The numbers are as undeniable as they are astounding. High-quality dried fish powder contains an almost unbelievable 63 grams of complete, highly bioavailable protein per 100 grams. That is nearly double the protein concentration of a grilled T-bone steak, and to bring our comparison full circle, more than 5 times the protein of a large egg. This is not just an incremental improvement, it is a quantum leap in protein density, but it is the rigorous scientific proof of its unparalleled effectiveness that is truly stunning and should command the attention of every person over 60. A landmark 2020 clinical trial, published in the esteemed journal Clinical Nutrition, sought to test its real-world impact. Researchers gave a group of sedentary seniors a daily supplement of dried cod powder mixed into their food. The result, after a period of just 10 weeks, was nothing short of miraculous. The participants experienced an average of a 19% increase in their lean muscle mass as measured by DEXA scans, without making any other changes to their diet or exercise habits. The control group, which received a placebo, showed continued muscle loss. The secret to this dramatic effect is its dense concentration of fast-absorbing essential amino acids, particularly the critical muscle-triggering amino acid leucine, which is delivered to the bloodstream and muscle cells with incredible speed. You do not need to eat this potent powder with a spoon. It typically has a very mild, savory, and non-fishy flavor, and can be seamlessly and invisibly mixed into a wide variety of everyday foods. A tablespoon or two can be blended into soups, stirred into hearty stews, sprinkled over mashed potatoes, or even mixed into savory oatmeal or congee for an unparalleled and effortless protein boost. It is completely shelf-stable, easy to store, and requires no chewing, making it an absolutely ideal solution for anyone with dental issues, a small appetite, or difficulty swallowing larger meals. This is not just another food, it is a clinical-grade nutritional tool for rebuilding strength, restoring vitality, and reclaiming independence. And it is, by a wide margin, the most powerful and tragically underrated muscle food in the world.